Welcome to this brief tutorial on how to search for lobbying filings on the Ethics Commission's public data portal. To access the portal's lobbying searches, go to ethics.lacity.org/data/lobbying. Let's get started.
There are two subheadings for a search bar on the PDP, data and reports. We're going to start under reports with registrations. Now, as a rule of thumb, if you're looking for something specific on the PDP, you should always narrow it down as much as possible. This is because we have many different data points and filings. So the more you narrow, the easier it will be to find data related to what you're interested in searching. If you're looking for a specific entity type, lobbyists, firms, or employers, you can use the radio buttons, under the lobbying entities like subsection right there. And it will give you a drop down where you can select a specific entity. So now if you select a firm from the drop down and search, the results will show you the firm registration as well as an overview of which clients were registered by that firm. And if you want to learn more about that entity, you can select the firm or client's name and it will take you to the registration form that they filled out. So you'll be able to see all the different information that's contained in that form, what clients were registered in addition, but also the firm and the information regarding the firm. So on the flip side, if you're searching for a client, you can begin typing their name and see if it appears using our type ahead feature, which is available in many of our searches. To the right, we have that client search function. The type ahead feature can help you find out if a client is registered by multiple forms using different punctuation and spelling. So how earlier I mentioned for the dashboard, something that occurs is that the dashboard, when it's different punctuation and spelling, it won't aggregate. Well, this will allow you to look at the different spellings and see, and then you can kind of get a viewpoint of what entities and the different spellings that firms give for them. You can also type in a client to see what registrations they appear on using that search function. Another way to search for information on the PDP for registration is where it says more options. Using that more options feature, you can narrow by year if you're focused on a certain period. You can also narrow by city department if you want to know what entities are registered to lobby a certain department. Things like city council, the mayor's office, city attorney's office, any different department. If you want to search to see which entities are lobbying on a specific issue, you can even search using project details such as council file number, street name, or zip code to find out who is registered to lobby on that issue. But an example zip code, for example, let's try zip code out for searching the PDP. We have 90012. Kiana runs the search, and you see all the different city matters and projects that appear that are, contain that zip code. So if it's reflected on the registration, it will appear here using that search. Similarly to zip code, you can use keywords to find entities that are registered to lobby a certain issue using that same feature right there. So now that we've covered registrations, let's converge to quarterly reports, which is another filing that lobbying entities are responsible for doing on a quarterly basis, of course. If you're looking for a quarterly report for a specific lobbying entity, you can go to the quarterly reports on the dropdown and search the entity. Again, just like for registrations, we have the buttons for all, lobbyists, firms, or employers. You can select a specific one or use a type ahead for the all function. You can also search by period in addition here, which, you have 2023. But then going further, there's also more options for them too. Just showing you a variety.
The last thing we wanted to show on the public data portal was we mentioned major filers earlier in the session. Again, those are entities that spend or incur $5,000 or more in a quarter to influence city matters who don't qualify as a lobbying entity. So major filers are not required to register. However, they just submit a single quarterly report for quarters that they qualify. So to find those reports, you can go to More, and then under Report, you can go down to the Lobbying tab, and then you'll find those here. Those are the Form 37, and you can search. And then this will, these we receive paper copies for, so you'll see a PDF scan of those paper filings that we receive from major filers on in a given quarter.
That concludes this brief tutorial. If you'd like to learn how to find additional information, please watch the rest of this short video series or contact us. We're always happy to help.